little cutie girl?
Yeah.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another Saxenda update. I am doing week 13 and 14. I wasn't planning on doing them together, but it's the holidays, it's a little crazy, and I want to get them out for you, and I don't want to get too far behind with giving you guys these updates. So I'm going to put these two together, and then hopefully week 15 will be its own video. So I just ended week 14 today, so this is really fresh, and yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So before we get started, I kind of wanted to do a little brief overview just in case you haven't watched all my videos before. So I am 31 years old, I have 3 kids, I'm 11 months postpartum, almost 1 year postpartum, and I started at 179 pounds even, and I'm 5'3" 3/4", so right under 5'4". So let's get into week 13. Week 13 was really different from the previous few weeks. I had the worst fatigue again. Like, I really hadn't had fatigue for a while, but it felt like the beginning where you're just so exhausted and so dead, like you have no energy at all. And it was like that the whole entire week. Not really sure why that happened all of a sudden. I did mention in week 13 that in week 12 that I was eating a lot less. So maybe because I was eating a lot less, my energy was a lot more low the following week. That's what I'm assuming. So another thing in week 13, again, the constipation, this is like a consistent issue now. And when you guys mentioned that just every 3 days or so you guys just take your Miralax, and that's what I need to do. I need to just get consistent with taking it, because I wait too long and then I'm in pain and it's not fun. So I'm definitely needing to kind of just keep up on it. It's weird because there will be some weeks where it's like I'm regular and I'm good, and then I'm not. So, but more times than not, it is an issue. So in week 13, I had a lot of headaches, and I had headaches throughout this whole time of taking this medication. But week 13, I was so sleepy. I had a ton of headaches. I was very, very moody also. Like, I just felt on edge. I wasn't drinking enough water. I told you guys I was just not hungry. I was not drinking my water, so I'm assuming that's what was contributing to the headaches. I really think the moodiness is coming from not eating enough. I'm doing my best, and I mean, a lot of people in the comments will be like, you just need to eat more. It's like, you can't. Like, this medication makes it so that you can't keep eating. It's so much easier said than done to just eat more or increase my calories. Like, I don't want to increase my calories by eating things that are higher in calories. I'm eating things that are healthy and low in calories because that's good for me. But I only can eat so much. Like, that is what the medication does. So it is what it is. I'm still happy with my progress, and it's just part of the whole experience of taking this medication. Okay, so let's get into the actual progress for week 13, and then we'll move into week 14. So week 13, I started at 159.6 pounds, and I ended at 157.8 pounds. So I lost 1.8 pounds in week 13, which was so exciting. I'm starting to consistently lose like bigger amounts, which is really nice. Hold on one second. Okay, had to help my daughter. So anyways, yeah, I was super excited that I lost the 1.8 pounds in week 13, which was super great. And so now let's go ahead and get into week 14. Now this is the week of Christmas. My weeks start every Friday. My new week started on a Friday, and the next day was Christmas Eve. So from Christmas Eve, I don't think Friday did I eat. I can't remember if I ate bad on Friday. But throughout the weekend I did, because it was Christmas, it was my daughter's birthday, so there was a lot of food, obviously. So let's get into week 14. The fatigue was so much better this week. Like, I felt like back to my normal self. So I'm not really sure what was causing that. Maybe there was something in my cycle or something. I'm not really sure. So it was really nice to have my energy back that week. And then something I've noticed in this week, and this is like really fresh, so it's like really in my mind right now. So I noticed in week 14 that my hunger is getting like way pushed out later. So normally I wake up at like between 5 and 6 o'clock in the morning, and then I would eat around 10 a.m. So that's like a big stretch, and then by 10 a.m., 10:30, I would eat my first meal. Now I'm not eating till like 12:31. Like, I'm just not hungry, and I normally have an Alani energy drink when I wake up. I'm not even finishing it. I'm barely drinking it. Like, I notice even with water, like, I'm not I don't want anything, and I'm not even thinking about it. Like, that's the crazy part. I know I've said this before, but this medication is so much more than just like making you fuller faster. Like, it really is changing my brain, I swear. Like, I just don't think about food as much. I don't care about sugar as much. It's just not even in my mind. It's so weird, but so freeing and so nice. I don't feel like I have like that like constant obsession with like how much I'm eating, how many calories am I eating, I don't want to eat too much of that. Like, I still am eating like a balance. I do eat low carb, low sugar for sure, always 100%. It's like a rule for me to always have that as my first meal of the day. But throughout the day, I do sometimes have fast food, or I have carbs. Like, I'm not keto by any means, but the medication has really just made it so that I just don't care about these things as much. It doesn't feel as much of a struggle to like resist it. It just isn't something that I have an issue with anymore. I really think being low carb, low sugar has helped my sugar cravings overall. And I mentioned this on Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, you definitely should. I share all my progress photos over there. I have a highlight saved as Saxenda, and I just share more up to date about like what I'm eating, my meals, like all kinds of things. So definitely follow me over there. I'll leave my link. I'll leave my handle down below. But I mentioned on Instagram that over the weekend with Christmas, I ate cake. We had donuts. Like, I was eating donuts first meal of the day, and of course my hunger was so bad. Like, it shows it to me time and time again. When I eat carbs and sugar first thing on an empty stomach, I am so much more hungry. And it took me like a good 2 to 3 days after getting back to my low carb, low sugar like meal eating to get those cravings down. Like, I was still craving like the sugar and the carbs like days after I stopped eating them. And it just goes to show like it's so addictive, and just made me really feel for people who struggle with dieting. Like, it just goes to show this food we're eating, the high sugar, the high processed, the high carbohydrate food, it just makes losing weight so much more difficult. Like, you just cannot, for me personally, I just cannot eat these things and lose weight. Like, it just does not happen. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the actual progress, which I was really interested to see how much weight I was actually gonna lose, especially after having a good 3 to 4 days of just eating whatever. So I started at 157.8 and I ended up at 157.4. So I lost 0.4 pounds in week 14, which again, I was actually kind of stoked about, because the week of Thanksgiving, if you guys remember, I didn't lose shit. So I was happy that I lost almost half a pound, even though I ate pretty bad, like more than half of the week. So I'm really excited to get back on my regular programmed eating, and I'm also introducing working out. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I shared last night I got on my cycle bike, so I'm actually going to do that with this little one right now. We're going to do some yoga and maybe do some like
Are you done?
not yet, or maybe do some like strength training. I don't know yet, but I'm gonna do that right now. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Definitely make sure you are subscribed so you can keep up with the updates. Let me know where you're at in your journey. What week are you on? How is things going? Make sure to follow me on Instagram, and I will see you guys in the next update. Bye.